Hey guys, it's ANAJYHA here and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be testing out this foundation brush that has been going super viral. I believe the first time it was seen was on TikTok. I didn't see it on TikTok. I just seen it floating around Instagram, so I was just like, all right, let me get this makeup brush to see like what's it really about, you know. So today we're gonna be testing this brush out, so stay tuned. So this is the brush. It comes in this little case. It's these two little snaps right here. Snap them open. And there's the brush. So I ordered the brush from Amazon. It's called the Flawless.Brush. That's what I typed in, the Flawless.Brush. I was going to order it from the actual website that they were selling these on, but it was like $20, I think. It was like $20 to $30, and then shipping was like an additional $10. So I was just like, why do that when I can just get it from Amazon? I can get it in 2 days because I have Amazon Prime, and it's cheaper. So this is the same brush. So the brush is very soft. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's very soft. It definitely doesn't feel like a regular brush. Like I never felt brush bristles that was this soft. It kind of feel almost like velvety. Like I don't know. I hope I'm describing that right, but yeah, I would say it kind of feels velvety. The brush is super dense. I hope you guys can see this. Super dense. And I guess that's probably why it, you know, applies foundation or, you know, product so well, because it's so dense. I've seen that people say that product does not seep through, and as you can see, it's like it's flat. Product does not seep through, so you get basically all your product. And yeah, so I just wanted to try it out. I've seen people using it. It looks like it's definitely going to be a game changer, especially for those who like to use brushes. Brushes already give you a nice coverage, like probably the fullest coverage is what you would get from a brush. But with a brush like this, you're probably gonna get the most payoff for coverage from any product, honestly. So yeah, we're gonna test this thing out. So I'm going to use this on half of my face, and then I'm going to use the handy dandy Juno sponge on the other side. Since this is a velvet sponge, I feel like they don't feel the same, but this is a sponge that gives you the best coverage from a beauty blender type sponge, and this brush will give you the best coverage from a brush or a sponge. So half with this, half my face with that. So let's get into it. I don't think I mentioned, no I did. So I'm going to start off by priming my face with the e.l.f. matte putty primer. I've been using this for about a month now, and like as you can see, I've been using it. I like it. I really do like it. It doesn't feel greasy or anything. It kind of feels like a moisturizer when you apply it in a sense, but then it kind of feels like velvety. So yeah, I like it. And I already did like my skincare and everything. Got my moisturizer and everything going. My sunscreen. That should be good. And the foundation I'm going to be using today is the ColourPop's Pretty Fresh foundation. And this is in the shade Medium 80W. And this is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Hydrating Foundation. So I'm hoping this is my color. I'm really honestly not sure, but we shall see. I actually forgot my mirror, so let me go and grab that really fast. I'll be right back. Alright, so I got my mirror, so I'll be able to kind of see what I'm doing. Just want to sit that right there. So I'm going to take one pump, and this is what it looks like. It's a little runny, as you can see, but I'm okay with that. So I've seen people kind of like do it in different ways. Some people put it right on their face and then blend it, and some people just put it right on the sponge. Today I'm going to put it on my face first. So I basically just use one full pump on this side. Just about one full pump. There's a little bit of residue left. I'm gonna figure out where to put this last little bit. I guess I just put it in my nose. Then I'm gonna take the sponge and blend. I'm gonna let you guys see first. I'm just rubbing it first. Okay. That's not bad. And some people pat, so I'm just gonna pat too, just to make sure it's kind of in there. But I feel like with this brush, you can definitely pat. And it's not rough at all. I don't have any bristles poking me or anything. It just feel all even and flat. So that's how that's looking. I like it. Okay. And there's definitely product still on here because I just ran it against my eye. And it's foundation on my eye now. But if you look at the brush, can't see much. You can see a little bit. Yeah, you can definitely see a little bit of the foundation on the sides. but that's because how I was rubbing it. But I don't say, yeah, the inside bristles are basically just clean. I don't see anything on the inside. Alright, so let's jump to this side with the sponge. So I'm going to take my one pump and just dab it everywhere. Rest under there. Just rub this. Take this. Honestly, I would say that I'm actually liking the Juno sponge side better because one, it looks dewier. I like the dewy look. Two, it just looks smoother. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it looks smoother to me than this side does. Which obviously I couldn't tell at first, but yeah, looking at it together, this side doesn't look as smooth as this side does. It looked like this side also got more coverage. Mind you, this isn't a regular Beauty Blender, it's the Juno Velvet sponge. So I don't know, that might be the reason why, because it's not soaking up as much product as a regular Beauty Blender would. But this brush doesn't soak up product either, but this side just looks better to me. Once again, I'm going to show you guys so you can tell. This is the side with the Flawless brush. And this is the side with the Juno sponge. So I'm just going to take the Juno sponge and go over this. Which I realize a lot of beauty gurus actually do that. Like if they do use a brush, they will go over it with a sponge. I guess to help melt it into the foundation into the skin a little bit better. Yeah, and I think doing that did smooth it out a little bit more. Yeah, I think it did. I'm gonna move a little bit closer to give you guys a closer look. This is the Juno sponge side, and this is the Flawless brush side. So I'm going to do the rest of my makeup off camera. I will be using basically everything will be ColourPop, so I'll be right back with a full face. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. So I have a few things to tell you guys about. So remember, this side was the Flawless brush side, and this was the Juno sponge side. Honestly, like I said before, I feel like people that use brushes would like this brush. It's like any other brush, maybe a little bit more like coverage because it's such a dense brush, and it's really soft and velvety. So you know, I feel like it's in the middle of a velvet sponge and a brush. Like is in the middle of that. If you're a person that just like your beauty blenders, your sponges, you could, honestly, you'll probably just stick with your beauty blender or sponges, because it's really honestly give you a different effect. Like the brush side is a little bit more mattifying than the Juno sponge side. So most people that use beauty blenders like that flawless smooth look and like to look, you know, dewy, which you're not really going to get with the brush side because it mattifies it a bit, and I feel like it's not as smoothing as it like application isn't as smooth as it would be with a velvet sponge. Now I'm not saying it's the same for all sponges, because you know I only have the Juno velvet sponge. I've used like regular like store sponges, like, but I never used a beauty blender, and the Juno velvet sponge is where it's at for me. I like the brush. I will continue to use the brush because I like using brushes for foundation, and I also like using sponges for foundation depending on what I'm going for that day. If I want to be more dewy, obviously I'm going to go for a sponge. If I want to be a little bit more matte, then I'm going to go for a brush. If I want more full coverage, I'm going to go for a brush, you know. But yeah, the brush, the Flawless brush is in between a brush and a sponge. But obviously I wouldn't apply foundation by like pouncing the brush on. I would smooth it in, work it in first, and then maybe pounce it just to get the seep in the skin a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on that. I like the Flawless brush. I will continue to use it. I feel like it was worth the $10. Now if I bought it for like $20 to $30, I would be like, it's okay, it's okay. But since it was $10, it's just like, it's definitely worth $10. Maybe even for some people it's definitely worth $20. But I feel like this is not an absolute must have, especially if you use a velvet sponge. I love the Juno velvet sponge, and I'm going to use this, and it's good because it'll definitely work better than my other brushes, I would say. So, and I don't have like super expensive brushes anyway. This is probably the most expensive brush I own that I paid for. So yeah. But yes, and the eyeliner, the white eyeliner, if you guys are wondering, I used the ColourPop eyeliner, but I had to go over it with the NYX liquid eyeliner because it wasn't like giving me like the color that I wanted. Like it wasn't opaque, it was a little patchy in little areas, like you still can kind of see through, and then obviously the shadow was mixing with it, so it wasn't coming out like white, like bright white like I wanted it. So yeah, but that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and tune in later for more videos. Bye.